Hey, this is Stacy from Let's Cook, y'all. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We hope you'll enjoy the content on our channel and you'll consider hitting that red subscribe button. We're back with a brand new week of some really easy, really delicious weeknight meals. We had a bit of an unusual week in our house this week, but we hope you enjoy all the food in this week's What's for Dinner video. I'm going to mix up a little sauce to put on my salmon. I am cutting this way back for me. I'm just going to use 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/2 tablespoon of either soy sauce or I use liquid aminos, which I just put all over my countertop, a couple of teaspoons of Dijon mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon of some rice wine vinegar. Tim normally puts these on the grill for me, but I've been wanting to try this in the air fryer, and I'm doing it for y'all. So I'm going to do one fillet, just has olive oil, salt, and pepper on it. The other one, I'm going to put some of this brown sugar marinade on it. We will give it a try. I think I'm going to try 400. Check it at about 8 or 10 minutes, and get a thermometer out to see how it's, and that was enough for 2 fillets. I had half of it left. I'll get a meat thermometer out and check. It needs to be 145. It's been about 9 minutes. I wasn't going to flip them, but my grill master husband, aka cameraman, thinks I should flip them.
Always flip it if you have the opportunity to flip it.
That's hot.
Unless it's really hot.
It's that burned my finger. I'm trying not to
You need some help with that?
No, trying not to get on you and the camera.
Well, you did good. Looking good so far.
How long do you cook these sausages?
I'm not sure. Just until they get done.
They get done. You sound like my mama. That's what she always used to say when I asked her how much.
I
don't measure. How long do you cook? I don't know until it looks done. It
I
used
got
to drive me
this
nuts.
side turned down lower.
Okay.
And I got this side on
Yeah,
high.
that probably
I want to cook the
I probably
peppers.
should have done those in the skillet for you. Probably would have been a little quicker. This is less. Well, actually, it's not any less cleanup. I still have to wash that pan. Anyway, there's your feast.
That's not less clean up.
No, it's one skillet versus one grill pan. It's the same
Why
thing.
am I here working then?
It doesn't seem fair, does it?
It doesn't.
Oh, poor baby, but that's your feast. We are having separate meals and separate meal times today. Tim's is just now getting on the grill and mine is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and eat. Just happens sometimes, not able to time everything. I did salmon fillets for me in the air fryer. This one has the brown sugar glaze on it. This one was just with olive oil, salt, and pepper. I did a packet of seeds of change, brown rice and quinoa in the microwave for me, and I had some leftover veggies. And that's my plate. When Tim's gets off the grill, his sausage, peppers, and onions. I'll show you a quick picture of his plate. Your bite-sized pieces. Look at you. You have much better discipline about your portion control than I ever do.
I don't know about that.
This sausage is really good, which tells me it's high in fat and going to clog my arteries, hence the salmon.
It is not going to clog your arteries. I'm not giving you any of my sauce.
You're funny.
See how I take care of you?
Yeah, you're so sweet. 2 separate meals. That's what's for dinner today. For tonight's meal, I was going to do some steak fries in the air fryer. They're thicker. They take a little longer, about 18 minutes. I had some mushrooms and onions to cut up. I wipe my mushrooms just with a damp paper towel and then slice them. Also cut up some onions. Got my small cast iron pan heated up, added a little bit of avocado oil. I now buy this in the big bottle from Sam's Club. And then I started sauteing the onions and the mushrooms. I took out 2 fresh things of corn on the cob that our friends gave us this summer. I'm going to microwave these for about 6 or 7 minutes in the microwave and flip the fries. About halfway in, I flip them, spray them with a little bit more olive oil spray, and they'll go back in at 400 until they're done, about 18 or 20 minutes. I seasoned the mushrooms and the onions with some salt and pepper, then removed them to a serving tray, got a little bit more avocado oil, and then took out this product that I'd bought from Kroger. There's shaved beef that's over in the meat section. I've bought this once before. It's very thinly sliced. It cooks very quick. So this is another super quick weeknight meal that my friend Ruth requested. If you're watching, hey Ruth! Got about half of it left. I'll probably put in the freezer for another meal. I'm going to leave the camera running, but I'll speed it up for y'all. This cooks really quick in about 60 to 90 seconds. Got to go get my corn out of the microwave. This one comes together really fast. This one comes together really quick using the stovetop to saute some onions and mushrooms and the shaved steak that I get at Kroger in a little styrofoam container. We used about half the package. I'll stick it in the freezer and we'll do this again. This is a little quasi Philly cheese. We'll probably put cheese and mayonnaise. Tim might do horseradish on his if he wants. I did some steak fries in the air fryer. Did some fresh corn that we had in the freezer in the microwave. We'll just put butter on it and make our plates. I might fix me some fruit because this is not all that healthy. Red meat, carbs and carbs. Quasi Philly cheese steak sandwiches with fries and corn on the cob is what's for dinner today. Tim had both sausage and Philly cheese left, so I took some of the mushrooms and onions and added some cheese and made myself a quick quesadilla. This is not really cooking, but I did use a little bit of leftover cooked roasted vegetables. I used what I liked, which was some mushrooms and onions. Left the peppers for Tim. Made a quick cheese quesadilla with that. Just chips and salsa and half an avocado. This works for me while he has leftovers. That's what's for dinner today. This is a recipe I had not made in a long time. I'm making the sauce for it. I start off by sauteing some onion. The original recipe calls for you to cook your own bacon, but I just use these bacon bits that I always have from a big bag from Sam's. For the sauce, you mix up some Worcestershire sauce, some brown sugar, and some ketchup, and I will leave a link to this recipe on our website. You can use a regular crock pot, or the original recipe calls for this to go into a baking dish in the oven. I have this casserole crock pot I rarely use, but I pulled it out and just put it on the warm setting. You put in drained whole green beans, either from a can or a freezer bag, pour the sauce over it, and just let it cook. Or in a baking dish in the oven, you would bake it at 350 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Obviously, it's better in the oven and better with real bacon, but this works for me. This is a really old recipe that we've never shown you guys. This was my mom's rice casserole. I'm feeling a little nostalgic this week. It's very simple. You need some chopped onion, a half a stick of butter, a can of either beef consomme or French onion soup, some rice, and some mushrooms. This one's so easy. You just melt the butter, and I was having a real good time playing with the butter here. Sorry about that. So you melt the butter and then add the onions. If you don't like onions or mushrooms, this is not the recipe for you. Brown the onions. I probably should have browned them a little longer, but I got distracted. In a greased casserole, either a 9x9 or an 8x8 is what I use. I sprayed it really well. Added a half a cup of plain white raw rice. Then pour in the browned onions, your soup, and then the mushrooms with their liquid. Don't drain the can. Mix it all together. I'm going to cover this and bake in a 350-degree oven for an hour. This is my mama's recipe. Tim, my better half, is a meat eater, so I took out 2 fairly thick boneless pork chops, seasoned them really well with salt, pepper, and some Trader Joe's 21 Seasoning Salute. Rather than brushing on olive oil, I used my little sprayer, which I'm very happy with. Also sprayed the basket and got them going in my air fryer. I haven't done boneless ones, so we're just gonna check. I'll flip them about halfway and use my instant read thermometer. 145 for rare pink, 155 to 160 for a little bit better cooked. And ta-da, the big reveal. You totally don't have to do this, but my mama always took a fork or spoon and fluffed it all around, so I just mixed it all up and probably tasted a bite. I flipped them with about 6 minutes in, checked them with the instant rate thermometer. They were only 110, so they're gonna need more than 10 minutes. So I'm gonna bump them up another 4. And we're having pork chops, my mama's rice casserole, barbecue green beans. I'm having a little bit of salad. I won't eat that whole pork chop. And we'll fix our plates and show you pork chops, rice, and beans is what's for dinner today. I'm actually a girl that likes to cook, but there's a couple of times during the year, if I'm really sick, or like today, which is my birthday, I really don't like to cook. So Tim is very sweet to go and get me whatever I ask. Last year we did Greek. Normally I do Chinese for my birthday, but I just had that. So we got Greek again. We each got a gyro with fries. This is a pita mozz, which is pita bread with melted mozzarella cheese in it. This is some hummus and pita bread. This place has really good hummus. And Tim got a gyro and fries as well. And for dessert, I got to go pick my favorite cake, tuxedo bar cake from the bakery. Are the fries any good? Well, open up the pita mozz.
I don't know if I know the combination to get in this thing.
Pita mozz. Pita bread with mozzarella cheese melted in it. Yeah, we may need to heat it up. Got a lot of cheese. Yeah, it's got a lot of cheese. Oh my.
Yeah, it needs heating. Look at that cheese. Oh, ooey and gooey.
All right, so Greek and chocolate cake is what's for dinner today. I'm making a cake. I made a yellow cake. I'm gonna make a chocolate frosting that is butter, milk, cocoa, powdered sugar, and a little vanilla. And frost the cake and then pull the little papers out, hopefully, so that maybe the nice little pretty cake plate doesn't get dirty. I tend to be a very messy cook and baker. It is the night before I have to take food for my ladies' Bible study, so I'm getting everything out tonight. This is a baked oatmeal that we've done before. We've actually shown this one once before, I think, on our big 17 breakfast idea video. I'm going to double it from what's written on our website, but I'm going to go ahead and measure out the dry ingredients tonight. I don't really think that well early in the morning. At 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't cook that well, so I'm going to go ahead and measure out 4 cups of oatmeal, chop up some walnuts. The original recipe calls for raisins. I usually use craisins. Because I have them, I was able to find these the last time I was in my Walmart. I'm going to do a mix. Hopefully the mix will work. I've never tried this. I'm going to mix some craisins and some golden raisins. I'll need some packed brown sugar, some baking powder, and cinnamon. I'll get the dry ingredients mixed up and ready, and then in the morning it's a simple thing to measure out, hopefully correctly. Some applesauce, some milk, a couple of eggs, and I'll melt a half a stick of butter, mix it all together. I've got my little Pyrex portable 9x13 casserole. I'll spray really well with cooking spray and then bake this in the oven. 8x8 or the 9x9, the half size I normally do, 375 for 20 minutes. I'll have to make a note of how long the full 9x13 casserole makes and take this to my Bible study, and I'll show you guys what it looks like and all of the yummy food we have. The ladies in my group are some amazing cooks and bakers. So this is the night before for a baked oatmeal, the dry mixture. It is early in the morning. I'm going to mix up the wet ingredients. Got 3 cups of milk, 1 cup of applesauce, 4 tablespoons of butter, I just melted them in the microwave. And I'm going to break and lightly beat 2 eggs and add those. Combine the wet and the dry. I took a spoon and smushed everything down. Smush is a technical cooking term. Then I added some more craisins and golden raisins. This was a really good combo. Bake at 375. We'll just check and see how long. The small one takes 20 minutes. See how long the big one takes. That's 30 minutes for a 9 by 13. It's not completely set, but it will firm up as it sits. So I'm going to let it sit about 10 or 15 minutes and then check it and then get it covered and take to Bible study. Our small group hit a home run. I think we had 16 ladies bring dishes. I didn't even get to taste everything. There was an apple cobbler, some breakfast casseroles, grits, fruit, the oatmeal. I can't even remember everything. There was cakes and dips and breads and sausage biscuits and so much really good stuff. I ate until I was just about sick. There was a chocolate cake, some cheesecake, and I wish I'd been able to taste everything, but it was so good and we had a wonderful time. We are doing Jesus and Women by Christy McClellan. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching this week. Take care. Have a wonderful and truly blessed day.